Secrets of the Colosseum. What lies? Hidden within ancient Rome's greatest arena. The sun slowly rises over Rome. Its first rays illuminate the massive stone walls of the Colosseum, the enduring symbol of the Roman Empire's greatness. Every day, millions of visitors pass through its towering arches, marveling at its extraordinary architecture. To most, it is simply an ancient amphitheater. But what if the Colosseum was far more than a venue for gladiatorial combat? What if beneath its arena lay machines centuries ahead of their time? What if many of the legends surrounding it turned out to be myths, while the real history proved even more astonishing? Why, after nearly 2,000 years, do archaeologists continue to uncover new discoveries within its walls? The Colosseum still guards countless secrets. Some have been revealed, others remain hidden. The amphitheater that changed history. Construction of the Colosseum began around AD 72 under Emperor Vespasian of the Flavian dynasty. The location was carefully chosen. The site had once been occupied by an artificial lake belonging to Emperor Nero's extravagant palace, the Domus Aurea. After Nero's death, the new emperor sought to return the land to the people of Rome. The lake was drained, and construction of the greatest amphitheater in the ancient world began. This was more than an architectural project. It was a political statement. The emperor was sending a clear message. What once belonged to one man now belongs to the Roman people. When the Colosseum was completed around AD 80 under Emperor Titus, the world had never seen anything like it. The amphitheater could accommodate approximately 50,000 to 70,000 spectators, although historians continue to debate the exact capacity. Even today, engineers admire the precision of its design. An engineering marvel. Many people think of the Colosseum as simply an ancient stadium. In reality, it was an extraordinary machine. Beneath the arena floor lay an immense underground complex known as the Hypogeum. It was an entire hidden city, long corridors, animal cages holding lions, tigers, leopards, and bears, rooms where gladiators prepared for battle, weapon storage areas, service chambers. Most remarkable of all were the elevators. Archaeologists have identified dozens of vertical shafts through which wooden lifts raised wild animals directly onto the arena floor. To Roman spectators, it appeared almost magical. One moment, the arena stood empty. The next, a roaring lion burst from beneath the ground. Modern reconstructions show that operating this system required perfect coordination among dozens of workers. The mystery of the lost machines. For centuries, no one understood how these underground mechanisms functioned. The wooden structures had long since decayed. Only stone foundations and empty openings remained. Only through modern archaeological research have scholars reconstructed parts of the system. Many of the elevators relied on counterweights, ropes, and human power. Some historians compare them to sophisticated theatrical stage machinery. For the 1st century AD, such engineering was truly extraordinary. Even today, archaeologists continue debating how some of the missing mechanisms actually worked. The truth about gladiators. When people hear the word Colosseum, they immediately think of gladiators. Yet reality differs greatly from Hollywood. Gladiators were not mindless men sent to certain death. Most underwent years of professional training. They studied in specialized gladiatorial schools. Successful fighters were extremely valuable investments. For that reason, their owners had little interest in losing them after every battle. Experienced gladiators were worth fortunes. Some became genuine celebrities. Their names were known throughout the Roman Empire. They received expensive gifts and enjoyed enormous popularity. Archaeologists have even discovered ancient graffiti in which women declared their admiration and love for famous gladiators. Did every fight end in death? One of the greatest myths claims that every gladiatorial contest ended with one combatant being killed. Historical evidence tells a different story. Training a gladiator required years. Medical care was expensive. Replacing an experienced fighter was costly. For these reasons, organizers often preferred to spare defeated gladiators. Many contests ended in surrender rather than execution. The final decision depended on the sponsor of the games and the circumstances of the fight. Deaths certainly occurred, but they were far less frequent than popular culture suggests. Ironically, the true story is even more fascinating than the myth. Naval battles inside the Colosseum. One of the Colosseum's greatest mysteries concerns accounts written by ancient Roman authors. Several describe spectacular naval battles staged inside the arena. For centuries, historians dismissed these reports as exaggerations. Modern research suggests otherwise. Evidence indicates that before the construction of the underground hypogeum, the arena may indeed have been flooded for specially organized water spectacles. Once the underground structures were built, such performances became impossible. Scholars continue to debate exactly how these naval displays operated. Yet the possibility alone demonstrates the astonishing creativity of Roman engineers. Exotic beasts from across the empire. The Colosseum was far more than a gladiatorial arena. It was a stage upon which Rome displayed the power of its empire. Animals arrived from every corner of the known world. Lions from North Africa, tigers from Asia, rhinoceroses, hippopotamuses, crocodiles, even giraffes. Many took part in elaborate hunting spectacles known as venaziones. Others were exhibited simply to amaze audiences with creatures they had never seen before. Some historians believe that the enormous demand for exotic animals contributed to the decline of certain wild populations across the Mediterranean world. The mystery of Christian martyrs. For centuries, many believed that vast numbers of early Christians were executed inside the Colosseum. The story became deeply rooted in popular tradition. Modern historians, however, note that there is no definitive archaeological or documentary evidence proving that mass executions of Christians specifically took place there. Persecution certainly occurred during parts of Roman history, yet the exact locations of many executions remain uncertain. It is a reminder that legend and history do not always tell the same story. Why did the Colosseum survive? Over nearly 2,000 years, Rome endured wars, invasions, fires, and devastating earthquakes. Countless ancient monuments disappeared forever. The Colosseum suffered severe damage as well. During the Middle Ages, it served as a fortress. Later, it became a quarry. Its marble blocks were removed to build churches and palaces throughout Rome. Yet its massive framework survived. The secret lay in Roman engineering. Concrete, brick, limestone, and an ingenious system of arches distributed enormous weight with remarkable efficiency. Even modern engineers continue to admire its structural brilliance. Archaeologists continue to uncover new secrets. One might assume that after 2 millennia, the Colosseum has revealed all its mysteries. The opposite is true. Modern restoration projects have uncovered additional evidence of elevators, wooden platforms, and mechanical systems hidden beneath the arena. Laser scanning and three-dimensional modeling have allowed researchers to reconstruct the underground complex with unprecedented accuracy. it became clear that dozens of workers operated the hidden machinery simultaneously. Some controlled gates, others powered elevators, others released animals at precisely the right moment. To ancient audiences, it must have appeared almost supernatural. The secret of the sand visitors today looked directly into the maze of underground chambers. But in Roman times, everything below was concealed beneath a massive wooden floor covered with sand. The English word arena comes from the Latin harina, meaning sand. Its purpose was practical. It concealed the machinery, provided stable footing, absorbed blood during combat. After major spectacles, workers replaced the upper layer with fresh sand. It was a carefully designed system rather than a simple surface. Where you sat defined who you were. The seating arrangement reflected Roman society itself. The emperor occupied the finest seat. Senators sat nearby. The wealthy filled the lower levels. Ordinary citizens occupied the upper sections. Women, with the exception of the Vestal virgins, generally sat in the highest rows. Even entertainment reinforced Rome's rigid social hierarchy. The mystery of the thumb. One of history's most famous images shows an emperor deciding a gladiator's fate with a thumbs-up or thumbs-down gesture. Yet historians still debate whether this gesture actually existed in the form portrayed today. Ancient writers mention movements involving the thumb. However, they never describe them clearly. Many scholars believe the familiar thumbs down originated much later through 19th-century paintings and modern films. One of history's most recognizable symbols may itself be a misunderstanding. Legends of ghosts. When darkness falls and the crowds disappear, the Colosseum grows silent. It is then that legends come alive. For centuries, Romans have told stories of phantom sounds echoing through the ancient ruins. The clash of swords, the roar of wild beasts, the cheers of invisible crowds. There is, of course, no evidence supporting these tales. Yet few places inspire the imagination quite like the Colosseum. The stone that helped build Rome. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Colosseum gradually became a source of building materials. Its marble, bronze clamps, and carefully cut stone blocks were removed for use in churches, palaces, and bridges across Rome. In many ways, fragments of the Colosseum still exist throughout the city. A monument that defied time. Powerful earthquakes repeatedly damaged the amphitheater. Entire sections of its outer wall collapsed, yet the central structure endured. Its remarkable system of arches distributed stress so effectively that most of the building survived nearly 2,000 years. Even today, it stands as one of the greatest achievements of Roman engineering. The Colosseum's greatest mystery. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not hidden beneath the arena, nor within its walls. It lies in the people themselves. What did a young gladiator feel as he stepped into the arena for the first time? What thoughts crossed the mind of the architect who designed a monument destined to outlive empires? What did the final spectator see as they left the Colosseum after Rome's last great games? Those answers have been lost forever. History preserved the stone, the arches, the underground passages. But human thoughts disappeared with time. That is why the Colosseum continues to captivate millions of visitors every year. It preserves more than remarkable architecture. It preserves the memory of a civilization that transformed the world. Every stone, every arch, every hidden corridor reminds us that history never truly disappears. It simply waits beneath the surface, ready to reveal its next secret.